Lucie Fink, and this is 5 days of sleeping on the floor. Here it goes. Hey guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. If you're new, please click right here and subscribe right now. Otherwise, welcome the heck back. It's good to see you. You look good. I always ask you guys to comment on my videos with suggestions for future video ideas. So when I saw that one of you commented asking me to try 5 days of sleeping on the floor, and I saw how many thumbs up the comment got, I just knew I had to suck it up and do it. It doesn't sound fun though, right? I mean, it's not something I was excited about, but that's just the way this works. And I don't only do these challenges for myself, but I also do them for you so that I can try things you might be interested in and give you a little taste of it. So this one is for you, not me. The first thing I did today was contact a doctor. I'm not sure if you know who Dr. Mike is, but here's a brief overview. He has over 2 million Instagram followers. He's a DO, which is a doctor of osteopathic medicine, and he's a board certified family medicine doctor. So he's the real deal, but he's also my friend. So earlier today, I FaceTimed with him because I needed to ask him a few questions before I just dove right onto the floor.
The floor is so hard, it often cuts off circulation to really important body parts, and it puts pressure on certain body parts that are also very sensitive. I don't think it's the end of the world. I don't think you're putting yourself in any danger, but expect to need an extra cup of coffee in the morning.
To take his skepticism one step further, I also came across an article online that was written by a Refinery29 wellness writer telling me basically the exact same thing. It's not good to sleep on too hard of a surface, your quality of sleep might be disrupted, etc., etc. But and if you've watched Try Living with Lucie in the past, you know that there's usually a but, not this kind of but. A quick Google search for sleeping on the floor yields a whole universe of positive results from people who say that they swear by this, and that sleeping on the floor has changed their lives, improved their posture, corrected back pain, and a whole slew of other things. That's when it's time for me to just take matters into my own hands and try it myself. There's my old sleeping spot, and here's tonight's sleeping spot. Tonight I'm laying out my yoga mat, 1 pillow, and 1 blanket. Here we go. Hi. I had a ridiculously horrendous night's sleep. I seriously cannot stress this enough. I actually started out fine, but as the night progressed, I felt exactly the opposite of what the pro sleeping on the floor people say, which is that your circulation is gonna feel improved. I felt like my circulation was cut off. I'm not sure if this is scientifically what was happening, but it did feel like certain pressure points on the backs of my feet and also on my back and my tailbone were just digging into the earth so hard, cutting off proper circulation. I was also pretty cold, which is no surprise because heat rises, so naturally the floor is going to be the coldest part in the room. But the blanket I had to protect myself was just not big enough, so I would pull it to cover my right arm, and then my left leg would get exposed, and then I'd try to cover my right leg and my left arm was out in the air. Highly ineffective blanket. Anyway, it was just a horrible night's sleep. I truly could not recommend this challenge any more than I can right now. It was just total body soreness, as if I had done some sort of rigorous workout the day before, which I had not. So I stretched a little bit, and then I did what Dr. Mike told me, and I poured myself a huge cup of coffee, which I needed to get through the day. And tonight, I'm just gonna do it all over again. No, I really don't want to, no. You hear that siren? Imagine hearing that internally just all night. I sat up for the night with my yoga mat, 2 pillows beneath my head this time, a Tempur-Pedic pillow beneath my body that I used as a body cushion, and 2 blankets this time to keep warm. I dressed in a long sleeve and long pants pajama set just to keep warmer than I was in my shorts, and I also had Michael tuck me in like a burrito before I was going to bed just to avoid any exposed limbs. Got my pimple cream on, ready to get tucked into bed for round 2. Completely tuck me in. So I had my butt on the ground, and then the body pillow was underneath my lower back all the way up to my neck. And this caused my back to do a slight arch thing as I was sleeping, which is just not comfortable. Don't ever do that. I don't know what else to say. And when I woke up in the morning, the arch in my back felt as if I had been doing cow position all night long. And I don't know if you know yoga well, but there's a cow where you're arching your back, and then a cat where you're actually rounding your spine. So when I woke up in the morning and it felt like Oh, sirens, stop. I have a headache. So when I woke up in the morning and my back was arched like this into cow, I needed to come into the living room and do cat position to counteract that arch. As you can see here, I've been getting really terrible night sleeps, like on and off, waking up throughout the night. I'm feeling sore all over and really disheveled and tired. So tonight I'm gonna try to switch up the sleeping location, and I'm actually gonna try to sleep out here. And I'm hoping that a location change will help a little bit. Here goes, night number 3. Whoop-de-doo. I feel that it's necessary for me to start this webcam by telling you that this is a perfect embodiment of the way that I feel right now, which is just totally torn apart and disheveled. I didn't really think that things could get much worse after Monday and Tuesday, but I was really wrong. Firstly, I moved away from this floor region and into the living room so I could mix it up, get a new environment, yada yada yada. I brought my yoga mat, 2 pillows, my body pillow, 1 big blanket, and then 1 small blanket because it was warmer, so I didn't feel like I needed 2 heavy blankets. And I faced myself towards the television and created a little makeshift bedroom area for myself. This time I put my body pillow in a lower position so that it was under my butt too and it didn't cause that back arch. And things were actually going great. I fell asleep pretty easily at first, but then I was hot, I was cold, I was comfortable, I was not comfortable. My pillow was too hard, my pillow was too flimsy. I must have changed the temperature in the living room 80 times last night. The body pillow I used was a little too squishy, so I took it off and I replaced it with a folded blanket, but that was not squishy enough. It was miserable. Miserable. Les Miserables status up in here. And today's been the worst of the days naturally because it's now been the longest amount of time that I've gone without a good night's sleep. So my head has been pounding all day, and I woke up this morning and I actually tried to go to a meditation class. Forget about it. I cannot do meditation in the morning when I haven't slept well for 3 days because I was just so tired and falling asleep. And of course, part of the meditation practice was lying down on the floor, and there I was comfortably sleeping on the floor in meditation class, yet I can't do that here. What is the deal? Tonight I'm gonna go no phone and no TV. I'm just gonna read a book and hope that it calms my mind before I try to go to bed. Guess what, guys? I finally slept. Woohoo! Last night's setup right here was my yoga mat, 1 pillow, the body pillow, and 1 blanket. So amidst all of my stress yesterday of me telling my coworkers how horribly I've been sleeping and how restless I've been at night, one of them asked me which direction I was facing. And that's not something that ever popped into my mind before, but I told her I was facing north, and her jaw dropped. She told me to do some research on feng shui and the best direction to face when you sleep, and as I discovered on many an article on the internet, facing north is a recipe for disaster. It's called the death position, so that should tell you something. So last night, in addition to the zen and calming environment that I created on the floor, I was also making sure that I was facing west, which is supposedly good. I lit a whole row of candles. I did a 10-minute meditation practice sitting up on my yoga mat. I started a new book. It was all good. It was all the best way to put my mind at ease and get ready to sleep. Anyway, tonight is Friday and it's the last night of this challenge. And I'm headed back into the bedroom tonight using my yoga mat, 2 pillows, and 2 blankets. I've got to be honest with you here because I always try to be honest on this series. This is not a challenge I would recommend. And I'm not doubting that plenty of people out there have found sleeping on the floor has healed their back pain or corrected their posture. So by all means, if you're one of those people who loves to do this, you do you. But I definitely think that the biggest thing to think about here is being comfortable. And if you're not comfortable on the floor, you're not going to get a good quality of sleep. And if you don't get good quality of sleep, that's not good. Getting bad quality of sleep this week has made my mind foggy, it's given me headaches, it's made my body ache, and more. So for the rest of my life, I'm gonna be on a mattress unless there's not one in sight. Comment below and let me know what other challenges you wanna see me try on Try Living with Lucie, but remember that I read your comments and I actually will try the challenges that you suggest. So maybe you might want to suggest something that's like more fun than this one. Maybe luxurious facials or 5 days of eating cake. I don't know, just a thought. See you next time. Hey guys, thanks for coming back to our channel. Click here for another video on Refinery29, right here to subscribe to us on YouTube, definitely click that one, and right here for my personal YouTube channel if you want to see more vlogs. Bye!